Crucial point in the qualifying campaign. How are the boys who are in camp so far feeling about what's ahead of them?
No, everyone's feeling good. Everyone's excited for the matches, and yeah, obviously two massive games for us. So focus on this first one for Thursday night, and go into it confident, and obviously trying to get the 3 points.
Socceroos is sort of accustomed to getting to really crucial points in qualifying campaigns. This feels like another moment where it's a fork in the road.
Yeah, look, I think we're obviously in a good position at the moment, and like I said, we've got two massive games, and we want to qualify automatically through this stage, and yeah, great opportunity for these two games. First one at home and second one away to China. So obviously we'll look to put our best foot forward and make sure that we can get the job done properly.
Your form personally must be pretty pleased with how you're travelling at the moment coming into camp.
Yeah, look, obviously it's been a more of a difficult season, but grateful to be here, grateful for the opportunity, and look to give as much as I can to the team and help everyone out as much as I can, and whatever role that is, then I'll be ready.
Cassini just coming back from injury and Mitch not being here, and you're scoring goals frequently. Do you feel like that striker role is the starting striker role's there for the taking?
Oh, look, I'll always put my hand up, and I think any team and any situation, I always want to be a starter and help the team as much as I can. And we've got some great boys, like you said, Yengi coming back from injury, and he's had some recent game time as well, and Brandon's been doing well at Western Sydney, and as a team they're doing really well. But I think for myself, I'm always trying to set high standards, and I feel as I can always contribute with goals. So that's something I'll look to do here, and just try and take the opportunity as best as I can.
Is that what it's really? Socceroos have been creating a lot of chances, but just meeting those moments with sort of clinical, clear heads has been a little bit of a problem. Do you feel like that someone like yourself, you don't need many looks at goal to score plenty, that you can really step up in this moment?
Yeah, I'd like to think so. There's obviously some top players here, and with the games that I've watched so far over the past few camps, it's obviously looked really good, and we look like an organised team, and we're creating those chances. So I always believe in myself to put those away, and I think it gives me confidence having that quality in the team and those creative players to do so. So I'm looking forward to that, and with chances, you're always going to have the opportunity to score, and I'd back myself to do so.
Just what you were talking about, looking like an organised team. Can you just expand a little bit on what you've enjoyed about this style of football that's been brought under Tony?
Yeah, it obviously looks clear for everyone what their jobs are, and first of all, they've been a difficult team to beat, and secondly, it looks like all the players are all buying in and on board for the cause that the boss is putting in place, and the quality's there. I think just having that extra bit of organisation throughout the team, and you can see there's a clear game plan with each of those last few games. So I'm looking forward to experiencing that and being a part of it. Obviously, it's my first camp with the new boss, and I'm looking forward to experiencing that. I've heard a lot of good things over the time that he's been around, and unfortunately I haven't been able to work with him before. So just looking forward to this opportunity and being part of something that I've heard so much about.
Just how much does that clear vision help when, say for example, this camp you've got 10 changes? I mean, it's so hard to be consistent in international football as it is, but that must be nice coming into that.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's always a challenge with international football, is that you obviously have so little time, and there's always going to be constant changes throughout the group, depending on form and injuries and who you're up against. So like I said, I'm just looking forward to this opportunity. It's great to be part of it, especially with a lot of fresh faces or people returning to the fold. And I think that organisation and clear messaging is always good for players. It kind of takes any doubt or confusion out of your mind, and allows you to focus on your job and nothing else. So I think it probably gives us players, a clear head going into games, knowing what we need to do, and then it's just about us executing it.
Out of any side, Indonesia are chasing your tails. I guess what are you expecting from them, knowing that they now have 8 new players from that side that you saw in September?
Yeah, look, I think as a nation they've obviously improved, and I was impressed with them the last time that we played them at their home ground. So they're obviously a nation that are looking to chase us, and I think at this stage, it's always going to be like that. You're always going to have people chasing your tail, and it's obviously a close group as it is. So yeah, it's a massive game for us, and but that's why we want to play football. It's for these kind of moments, and it's a great opportunity for us as a team to stamp our foot on this group stage and make sure that we can try and creep away from that group.
How important do you think that would be, just for what people think of the Socceroos, I guess the confidence of the group? Because in qualifiers gone past, it has been, they've made it out, but the difficult way.
Yeah, and you're right, it's always been a bit more difficult over the past few qualifying campaigns, and like I was saying before, we're actually in a good position. It's all up to us to make sure that we do well and get the 3 points, and it's a great opportunity in this first camp to do it at home, and obviously getting through these 2 games with 6 points would be fantastic for us, and I know the boys are all feeling confident and ready to go, and it's always important as a team to be getting wins and doing well as a side, and gives everyone confidence. So obviously full focus is on this first game, and getting the 3 points there will definitely give us more confidence going into the second game as well.
There's a host of young strikers both here and abroad, scoring regularly, playing really well. What do you make of their form and those guys that are sort of on the fringes for the next World Cup qualifying side?
Yeah, it's been fantastic actually. As a more experienced player, I guess, especially over the last few years, I've really enjoyed watching young boys do well, especially strikers, because I think it's been a difficult position for the Socceroos for a long time now. So great to see a few of the young boys in the A-League and abroad, starting to score goals and doing that regularly. So I think that's a positive sign for the national team in general, and I'm sure over time that those boys will get their opportunity if they keep performing. But as an older striker, I know how difficult it is to kind of break through as a young boy and get that consistency in front of goals. So for me it's fantastic to see, and I'm looking forward to seeing those boys continue that.
Yeah, what would be your advice to someone like a Noah Bodic who lead the Golden Boot race and maybe thought he'd be here but isn't?
Yeah, it's obviously a tough one for anyone who's doing well and wants the opportunity, but like I said, it's great to see, and I'm happy for him. He obviously looks like a natural goal scorer and has a good mentality, and I've watched him over the past few years improve, and he's got a great coach in John Aloisi there to help guide him, and especially being a forward himself. And I was lucky enough to work with him as well. I think he's in a great place to continue that development, and all I would say is to keep going, don't stop, and the form that he's in, it's just important to try and maintain that for a long period of time and kick on throughout his career. But I've got all the confidence in the world that he's going to go on and do great things, and as a striker I'm looking forward to seeing that.
Obviously great for yourself and Brandon Cassini to get the nod. Are you surprised that Juki isn't here after he's been a mainstay of the side for so long?
Yeah, a little bit, but I guess that's international football. There's constant changes, and depends on game time and form and all those kinds of things. And Juki's been someone who's had a great mentality and has been a regular for a long time. And I'm sure when he gets back and is playing regularly that he'll be back amongst it. And he's a good friend of mine as well. So. I know that it's difficult, obviously, being in and out. I've kind of had that myself, so I'm sure he'll take the opportunity to get back fit and firing, and I'm sure he'll be back amongst it as well. But yeah, like I said, international football, you're always going to have those challenges of being in and out. It's just important to keep your head down and keep working.
6 points here certainly makes June not easier, but you can breathe perhaps with a little less stress. How do you approach this game and these series of games mentally, knowing that 6 points here really sets up your World Cup qualifying campaign? Do you try and put not too much emphasis on it, or do you overemphasise it, knowing that really this could make or break the sort of this stage of qualifying?
Yeah, look, I think in the back of our minds we realise how important these two games are, but at the end of the day, with any game in football, you've just got to concentrate on what's in front of you and concentrate on the right things, which is the tactical side, having a good mentality, and making sure that we're going in there with nothing but a winning mentality. And obviously, like I said, the games are massive for us, but I think it's just important to focus on the things that you can control, and that's our performance, the way that we train over the next few days, the way that we prepare, and try to obviously not let those the occasion take over, and just make sure that we concentrate on our football and what we can control.
I'm not sure if you saw the words of advice that Tony Popovich gave to Daniel Arzani, where he said his level in training in October was really poor, it just wasn't good enough, and got a second chance now. Do you and some of the older heads in the squad sort of, if you see something where he's not at the required level that you think for a national team, to go up to him during training session and say, hey, we're up here and you're down here at the moment, or we just sort of let it drift?
No, look, I think as leaders and anyone who's experienced, and you'd expect that from the whole side here to set high standards, and everyone needs to do that, regardless if you're an older boy or a younger boy. I think when you come into the national team, we all want to make sure that we keep standards as high as possible, and being a bit older, there's probably more of an emphasis to make sure that we push those standards and make sure everyone's up to scratch every day. And I think touching on what we were saying before, with such limited time in camp, all of us need to make sure that we make the most of every single day and every single session. And so, setting those standards is important for all of us.
Just one last one, Tag. Quite apart from all the, the situation that we're in and pressure and things like that, how much is Thursday night something to look forward to in terms of getting in front of a home crowd? And obviously your last performance at home was a pretty good night too. Can you reflect on that, and is that something that you can draw on in this week?
Yeah, absolutely. I think, for us, playing at home is massive. We're playing at a beautiful stadium in a great city who I know will get behind us. And, touching on my last one, lucky for me it was a home game, and I actually didn't get to experience too many home games for the Socceroos. Most of them were away. So I'm definitely looking forward to it personally. I think it gives you that, extra bit of push behind you, and knowing what's on the line, and having our home fans behind us in a massive game is a great way to start this camp, and will definitely give us that extra little bit of energy to make sure that we get it over the line.